Now, the juicy aspect that they didn't tell me about Lagos is an online state. This, I'm giving this tease to my business people. In case you are coming to Lagos and you have not prepared your platform, this should tell you to go back to the drawing board and go and start drawing again afresh. Yes, you have to have online presence in Lagos. There is no.
You're 22,
Hi guys, my name is Splendor Okubene and I'm the creative director of Splendid Choice. Yes. Guys, I'm currently undergoing my NYSC program here in Lagos. I'm 7 months gone and I'm rounding off by December. And I think I felt it's wise or it's best I share my experience as well as inform you of the 20 things I have listed out that I wish someone had told me before coming to Lagos State. Don't get me wrong, Lagos is a very sweet state to be in. Yes, everybody like Lagos and Abuja in Nigeria. And as a core member, this is the state you want to be posted to, obviously. I don't know for everybody. I'm not talking for everybody, but I know quite a number of people who want to, serve in Lagos State. So if you're one of them, or you know someone who is craving to be in Lagos State or who is anticipating to be in Lagos State, I think it's wise to share this video with them so they get informed about these 20 things before taking that step. So if at this point you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, honey, I don't know what you're waiting for. Honestly, I really don't know. Is it that you don't like enjoyment, or is it that you don't like hot, like someone who is giving you hot? I don't know what to say, but honey, please, I always say to stay subscribed, like my video, share, and you know what, I love you from the bottom of my heart. So let's get right into the video. So the number one thing I wish someone had told me, like I wish I had someone staying in Lagos as a friend that would just draw me aside and tell me, babe, look. But since I had no one at the time, so obviously you have me now. So yes, let's go. So the number one thing I wish someone had told me before moving down to Lagos is accommodation. Yes, cost of accommodation in Lagos is the number one thing I wish someone had told me. Yes, I searched up on the internet and I got clues that Lagos was expensive, but nobody actually told me the range of which I should save up, before moving down to Lagos. And I think that's a very important thing, because when relocating to anywhere, you should always ask about the cost of housing over there, because trust me, you don't want to go to a new state or a new country or wherever you're relocating to and be stranded or live in a hotel forever. You definitely want to stay in your own place and do your own thing, have your own privacy. And trust me guys, Lagos State is one expensive hell of a state to stay in when it comes to accommodation. Hey, I won't even go to the part of house hunting because I didn't even go through all the stress of having to find accommodation, and so I can't really go into details about the stress of house hunting. I got the house, I think, the same day I went for house hunting. I already knew that Lagos is stressful from coming into Lagos already, so I didn't even stress myself any further as I got the house that was to my budget. I'll leave the agent's guy's number in the description box so you could check him out whenever you're coming to Lagos, or if you're trying to relocate and you're in Lagos State, Nigeria. So yes, accommodation is one thing that you have to put into consideration. And if you're looking to get houses in Lagos, especially on the island, I don't know much about the mainland because I stay on the island in Lagos, and yes, I could tell you for a fact that a room self-contained, you should hold your 400,000 naira for the rent, and then we have caution fee and so other fees like that, and this could sum up to like 200,000 naira or less. And then total package can be 600,000 naira. Then you have to pay yearly 400,000 naira as the house rent. And then there are so many other things that you wouldn't even, consider that landlord will charge you for in this Lagos that they charge for. And so I would say accommodation is one thing you should always consider. Now, going to the next point, which is obviously transportation, because transportation is one thing that no one ever told me I'll have to pay up to 500. Like, if you're going to your PPA in Lagos State and it's quite far from your house, I was expecting at least 200 naira or 300 naira, because that's the amount I pay where I'm coming from, which is Benin City. I schooled in University of Benin, so I was expecting at least bad as a bad, I'm like, whatever, 200, 300, 400. And then I came to Lagos and I was shocked to the marrow that I had to pay 500 naira, 700 naira, 1,000 naira, yes, as transportation rather. And that really shook me, because having to transport yourself, having to move from one place, and this is bus. Imagine you now want to pay cab. I think the first time I entered cab in this Lagos, I paid 6,000 naira. I was like, what is happening? I'm actually using my, will I say, better half of my allowance for transportation here in Lagos. So transportation is one thing that swallows, when I say swallow, I mean it eats up your, like, literally eats up your money when you come to Lagos. So you want to be ready for that. You have to know, because you must move in this Lagos. There's no way you do everything inside. You have to go to places even as close as you think that place is. Lagos will charge you a whole 300 naira for that. Yes, it's that bad. So that's one thing you have to consider in this Lagos state, that transportation, moving from here to there. In fact, they don't even visit people that much in Lagos. You can be in Lagos and your friend is in Lagos and you guys haven't seen in a while because of transportation. That's how bad it gets. So transportation is one thing you have to consider when moving to Lagos. If you're someone that is very that likes to trek, Lagos is not a place you can trek. It's not the distance in Lagos is quite, it's not, Lagos is a big town, so you can't start trekking. You will trek and tire. So my dear, hold your fare, hold your transportation when coming into Lagos, because Lagos, my dear, the transportation cost here is really high. I don't know of Abuja, but I know Lagos. If you're a core member and you're wishing to come and serve in Lagos, my dear, after accommodation, transportation is something you want to consider, because after you have saved up for your accommodation and you are coming as a big boy, if you are using boats, if you are using bus, just hold your transportation. That's all I will tell you. Hold your transportation is very important. Like, I'm emphasizing on it because it's quite important. So that's that for number 2. So getting to my next point, which is number 3, you want to consider that you have a good PPA in mind. Bear in mind that PPA here is really, long legs and all that. I don't want to say like you can't get it by merit, but yes, you can get it by merit, but just know that you have somewhere, because having to now go through the process of, my dear, you don't want to, you won't like it. So just keep your PPA. If you have a request letter, perfect. If you have the company in mind, you can send an email ahead of time so that they can give you a request letter where you just take to camp, and then you are posted directly to where you want. If you have someone of influence, they can tell them, they just, do the whole thing for you, and that's that for that. So you want to have your PPA in mind, your transportation, and then your accommodation. Now, the juicy aspect that they didn't tell me about Lagos is Lagos is an online state. This, I'm giving these tips to my business people. In case you are coming to Lagos and you have not prepared your platform, this should tell you to go back to the drawing board and go and start drawing again afresh. Yes, you have to have online presence in Lagos. There is no two ways about it. You can't come and start saying, in fact, when you meet people in other states, you meet people and tell them this is where my store is. In Lagos, you meet people and tell them follow me on Instagram. You meet people and tell them subscribe to my YouTube channel. You meet people and you tell them, in fact, as you're meeting them, you don't even want to tell them that my business does this or this and that. The first thing you want to say is follow me on Instagram. They just give their Instagram handle. So you want to make sure that your Instagram is well prepared for the tasks ahead of it, because Lagos, if you have a shabby Instagram page and you're coming to Lagos and you want to come and do business, trust me, they will just look at your business like, even if you have the finest stuff, most people don't walk into stores in Lagos. They will just feel you're not ready for business. So you want to make sure that your Instagram page or your social media presence is getting like it's top notch, it's sweet, clean, you know, your Instagram page, your YouTube, if you're a YouTuber, whatever it is you have, just make sure that you come correct whenever you're coming to Lagos, because Lagos is somewhere that has advanced. Most of the people here are, you know, traveling out of the country